A report published by Reuters makes the claim that India refused the presence of a crash investigator from the International Civil Aviation Organization, or the ICAO, in order to help supervise the proceedings. Data from the black box, it has been downloaded by the Indian investigators in a lab in New Delhi, but has there been a delay in coming out with a preliminary report, and should more international investigators be allowed to assess in this particular situation? I'm joined by Vishnu Shom to take us through the latest. Vishnu, is India going slow in the investigation in this particular incident? Especially, when 270 people have lost their lives on this aircraft and on the ground as well.
Well, there is obviously a huge requirement to come out with the truth, and there are no two ways about it, and we need to have that preliminary report out as fast as possible. But suggestions that India needs the support of more international investigators, when in fact you already have officials of the United States NTSB, that's the US regulator, which has got the finest international record in terms of air crash investigations, in addition to India's own investigators in the Aircraft Accident Bureau, with the data having been successfully collected from the black boxes of the aircraft, and with India following ICAO guidelines, one of which suggests that a preliminary report must come out in 1 month. Anything to suggest that there's been some sort of a delay is perhaps getting ahead of itself. At the moment, the importance is speed, but also accuracy. And the government has already said that they're looking to recreate the events leading up to the crash based on the data, which has now been downloaded a couple of days back at a lab here in Delhi.
Vishnu, this successful retrieval of the data from those black boxes, it is a significant progress as far as the investigation is concerned. But as far as the probe timeline is concerned, by when can we expect the preliminary crash report now?
The preliminary report should be out in a month. A final report could take several months. I think the complexity of the case itself, assuming it is very complex and it's not something obvious, could influence the outcome even of the preliminary report. But again, the suggestion that it is hope that it is in a period of 1 month from the crash that the preliminary report will be out, even if it is to say that we've run into a real mystery, because this is important not just for Indian aviation, it's important for Dreamliner operators around the world. Is there something significantly wrong with the Dreamliner which requires an investigation into 787 Dreamliner operations around the world, or was this an Air India fault alone? The truth just has to come out. More than 270 people have lost their lives, but to assume that more investigators are required when in fact you've got experts already working on that within a specified and legally acceptable timeline, I think is not necessarily correct.